Maybe. Well, we find ourselves back here talking sports, and the national championship was last night, Scott. Pretty big night for Indiana in their first national title. How are you feeling post their win?
Oh, fantastic. Just fantastic. For those of us who have been kind of associated with the Indiana University football team as a fan, not necessarily as a participant, but as a fan for more than 45 years, honestly. Um, Never once kind of thought we'd actually get anywhere close to what we saw last night. But you get the right people in, the right coaches, and the right players, and they work together as a team, and you end up with what has happened the last 2 years, and especially what has gone this year. 16-0 record, a 27-21 victory over Miami, and in Miami, playing at their home stadium, and not since not not, not since the football team put out by Yale University in 1894 has any team gone 16-0 in a season. But they went out together last night and last couple drives led by their Heisman Trophy winner, Fernando Valenzuela. Not Valenzuela, Fernando Mendoza is what I'm trying to say. Fernando Mendoza uh, drove down, just took a 4th and 5 play and dove into the end zone for the game winning touchdown. Um, my friend Garrett Ewald, a person that I worked with while I was at IU, took that photo that I bummed from him. That's a picture that will become immortal within uh, Indiana University grounds. I've already seen it being used as the model for a trophy out in front of Memorial Stadium. Uh, but the one thing, guys, is I mentioned that they went 16-0. Now, 50 years ago, the Indiana basketball team won the national championship after going 32-0. That's the team that's right there on this screen. This now becomes the only university. I did some research on this over the last couple of days. Indiana is now the only university to have an undefeated national champion basketball team and an undefeated national champion football team. There are
That's pretty
schools
awesome.
that there are schools that have both football and basketball championships. Ohio State is one, Florida is one, but none of those have both of the schools, both of the teams being undefeated for their championship season. So now Indiana has that sole, can claim that sole award in itself. And I tell you what, guys, my friends, I can't see how anybody is going to be able to do that in the future. This will be something that our grandchildren, our great grandchildren, they will not see because it will never happen again.
Yeah, no, last night watching it was pretty cool because it was obviously their first time winning it. They're not known as a football school. We've talked about them plenty about basketball.
Yep.
But I know when I visited the school with Steph, beautiful stadium. Like they have really done really nice stuff out there. And so, being that it was Mark's birthday today, that was the picture I used. Was us at the stadium to wish him a happy birthday. But I will say, obviously, I texted you during that run which was
Mhm.
amazing. I was talking to David throughout it. First half, kind of slow. Both defenses playing really good. Offenses really couldn't get moving up until that one drive with Indiana. And then Miami started to kind of make a comeback. And I started to kind of get nervous for Indiana with Miami just making plays. And it looked like they couldn't get stopped because they kept running like the same play. And I was like, oh no. But
Yeah.
then they gave it to Mendoza, who you feel like you would since he won the Heisman. And
Hmm.
he went and did his stuff. If it were you, though, on that third down, instead of running it, would you at least have given him the opportunity to try to throw a touchdown?
He was saying that during the press conferences afterwards that they went up to the line of scrimmage, and the plan was is that if they were going to be in a zone coverage, then he was going to throw the ball. If they were in man coverage, then it was going to be a run play. Well, he goes up to the line of scrimmage. Half of Miami, half of the field, they're playing in zone, and the other half, they're playing in man. And now he's like, now what am I going to do? And his honest to God words was, screw it. Hike the ball and I'm running it. And that's what he did. Now, granted, he only needed to get 5 yards to get the first down. He could have had the first down at about the 3, but he's rolling. Yeah, the goal line's right there. I might as well just go for it and plunge myself into it. He said it. He was going to die trying, and he was going to get in the end zone. And sure enough, it did. He took an awfully hard shot to the back as he's diving into that into the end zone, but uh, he made it. As long as you succeed, then it's fantastic.
Yeah, it was kind of reminiscent to that John Elway helicopter spin that lives, in a lot of people's minds where he willed himself there. Overall, I think it was a good win. I think Miami, though, proved why they should have been there. It also made me feel good because Louisville beat them this year, so I was like, hey, we can do something. um, but I think this will be interesting going forward because Miami was number 10. They weren't Ohio. Indiana, like we said, not a big football college yet. But it'll be interesting to see how the playoffs keep shaking up the national championship.
Yeah, it's going to be fun now coming up here in the next couple of years. It'll be fun to see how the team adjusts. Obviously, now that they got the championship award under their belt, well, they've been getting some interesting portal transfers uh, already set up for next year. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Very very good possibility that I won't say they'll actually repeat. I won't say that they would go 16-0 again, but I'm willing to bet that they at least will be a playoff uh, uh, participant, even more than just a playoff contender. They'll be a playoff participant come next year.
Oh, I would agree. The last couple years, they've been really strong, and I think that will continue. It definitely seems to be something. I think it was the president or dean or someone. She was on with Pat McAfee on Monday for his show, and it definitely seems like that's kind of they want to keep that rolling. So I don't think that will stop. I will say during the broadcast, at least the one I was watching, the announcers were very pro Miami, like not even hiding it. I don't know if that was just but they had like Miami guests. They were like cheering on Miami, saying, "Do this, Miami, do that." And I was like, at least try to hide your bias. Like,
Well, and I think it was funny. I think is it Marcus Freeman, the head coach at Notre Dame. They got eliminated, and he got all butthurt that Miami was picked over them. But yet he picked Miami to win the national championship too. So he obviously doesn't have any ill feelings towards Miami. Just I guess college football bracket people. But I thought it was just kind of ironic that the guy who got eliminated by a team and was butthurt over it, that he pulled out of a ball game, ended up picking that team to win the championship.
Joe Klatt has his own podcast, and I listen to him. And he had a whole show.
Oh, Scott, you're muted.
Okay, I'm sorry. That's something. Anyway, if the people could just get past the IU emblem on the side of the helmet, they would realize that this is one of the best football teams in all of football right now. But they can't get past the emblem. And sure enough, every time you watched all the pick'em shows, who are you going to pick? They're always picking the team that has been around. And all the times they picked Oregon, even the second time they still picked Oregon. All the times they picked Penn State, and obviously Penn State lost. The times that they picked Iowa, or the times that they picked Illinois when they were playing in Bloomington, Indiana. They still just could not get past that. There's a good team wearing an IU emblem on the side of the helmet. I guess they will now. We'll see if they do now.
Right. Well, hey, I looked at ChatGPT. Apparently, it predicted the next, I don't know how many winners. Good news, it says Louisville will win a national championship in 2060. So,
no, that thing was so stupid that you sent me. It says for the next 50 years, there's not going to be a single repeat.
Yeah.
No way. Literally no way.
And I was like, that at least it wasn't as bad as the NFL one where it's just making up teams that are winning the Super Bowl.
When it adds in like the like Mexico Aztecs and the Big Ben team and everything.
It's projecting that teams are moving around and we're getting expansion. But I think one of the NFL ones showed who was the I think like the Avalanche winning the Super Bowl or something where I'm like, it's not even the right sport.
That was like one that was like they asked AI to predict the playoff bracket, and it had like the Bengals with like Rams colors. It was so messed up. So yeah, AI not good. Don't use
That's because they were talking about how Joe Burrow is going to become one of the Rams.
I mean, maybe it's very possible.
They announced that earlier today.
It could happen, I would say.
Yeah.
David, speaking of big news from NFL, we've had, I think all the coaching changes have happened since we've been on air. What 3 coaching hires have we seen this week?
We've seen a lot, but I think the funniest thing, and it hasn't even been a hire, you even sent this to me, and I'd read it just before you sent it, though, but that the coach of the Dolphins, our former coach, he said no thanks to the Browns. They not even gonna interview. It's like he was like yeah, and then I guess he thought about it and was like, nah. I think that's hilarious. Also, Bob, Marty McFly wants you to get new glasses.
Yeah, no, that one was funny because he did have an actual interview scheduled, and he was like, I'm going to cancel that. So,
like, I feel like that doesn't happen very often. I feel like places, like, even if you have no intentions of doing it, you'll be like, well, let's hear him out. Like, you go out of politeness to get your name out there. Like, you don't burn that bridge. He straight up was like, nah.
Right. Well, and that makes me wonder if he's close to signing because he's interviewed with the Ravens and the Raiders. I wonder if that means he's.
I could see the Raiders. I think Matt and I were talking about this last week that going from Miami to Las Vegas is a good kind of cultural fit, I think, and that he could probably, I think that would work out there. I don't see him going to the Ravens personally. I don't think that their culture and his really fit well together, and I don't think he was impressive enough to make that team anything better. And the fact that they got rid of who they got rid of, Ravens aren't gonna go with anybody but behind. They need a big name. Mm-hmm. They're gonna have to go with somebody special to justify the firing they did. And they're going to feel real silly if New York ends up becoming good again.
They might. I mean, they have a pretty good roster as far as like pieces. It feels like one of the better teams to take over.
Call me crazy, and I hate saying this because, of course, being a Cowboys fan, but I think the Giants were probably the most attractive team looking for a head coach this offseason. Like, I feel like out of all the places you could go, that's probably one of the best open ones. Ravens probably a second. Mm-hmm. But in terms of talent that's there, young talent, and they basically just need a captain because their ship is set, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, and I think Brian Flores is a name there that would probably make sense, though. I know he's also meeting with the Steelers, I want to say, which also kind of feels like a Brian Flores type team. I think,
and then we got to remember the Bills are looking now too, and there's a lot of coaching vacancies this season. I feel like head coach wise, we don't usually have this many pop open at the same year.
You leave Brian Flores' name out of your mouth, okay? Don't be talking about him.
I guarantee he's not staying with the Vikings.
Didn't he already say he was, like, in an interview?
No.
He can stay one more year because if the Vikings struggle again this upcoming year, I think Kevin O'Connell's one of the coaches that's in the hot seat this year or upcoming year. As much as I love him, I think he's done great in the city. It's just you had a lot of talent and that went to waste in your 3-year span so far, 4 years, so we can't be doing what we're doing.
Well, apparently he just finished his in-person interview with the Steelers literally today. So yeah. He's getting out there, and I think if somebody gives him enough money to be a head coach, he'd be stupid to turn it down.
Well, especially with one of those two franchises, it's not like you're taking over a bad team. Like, you should be set up at least to make the playoffs. You would think.
Yeah.
I think with the Bills,
I was gonna say I feel like he's gonna get a lot of interviews just because of the fact that he also helps a lot of places qualify for the Rooney Rule of the diversity you have to at least interview and things like that. So I think that's dumb. I feel bad for he should be judged on purely his talent, and I think he's done great for the Vikings. He was probably one of their brightest spots this last season. So I think he deserves a good job somewhere.
Yeah.
As much as I'd love him to come to the Cowboys for defensive coordinator, I don't think he's going to stick around being a DC for anybody. I think it's head coach or bust for him at this point.
Yeah, I mean, he's earned it. And I think with Buffalo now having their opening, the one that made sense to me yesterday and still does is reuniting Brian Dable with Josh Allen. Brian Dable did magic with Josh Allen when he was on Buffalo.
It'd be so stupid.
It might work. It feels like something that could work.
I could see it happening for the storyline wise, and it's just because stuff is stupid today. But he was so bad with the Giants. He was so bad.
I don't know. Maybe he wanted out in New York. Or maybe that stadium is just cursed. Feels like, well, no, because the Giants have won 2 Super Bowls since they moved there. So I don't know.
Well, other breaking news real quick. It just looks like maybe it's just early indications, but apparently it looks like Mike McDaniel is heading for an offensive coordinator spot in Los Angeles with the Chargers.
Yeah, I heard about that. It was that or maybe a couple of head coach, but I think he wants to go to LA.
Oh, yeah. It's now reported on Bleacher Report Chargers hire McDaniel as OC, which I think will do good if they can get first-string offensive linemen. In the playoff game, most of them are ranked at the bottom, mainly because they were third-string, but I think that's interesting. And where does that leave us with coaching hires currently?
Yeah, I just it's so funny that he chose to become an offensive coordinator over there instead of head coach in Cleveland.
I mean, it kind of makes sense, though, because, Cleveland, they let coaches go right away. It seems like a mess. They still have Deshaun Watson. I probably would, too.
Yeah, it's just so funny.
You think Deion Sanders might be like, hey, Cleveland, let me come coach your team. I'll coach my kid just as good as he did in Colorado. He got his number retired there,
I mean, that would be a Jerry Jones type move to get them both there together. I could see the Browns taking a page out of his book and being like, yeah, let's do it for the publicity.
I think if Cleveland is the last team to hire a coach, which is saying a lot because Arizona's out there, but if they're the last one to hire a coach,
it might be a possibility.
They might do it.
Titans signed their contract today with Robert He's going over there.
To the Titans.
Sala, or however you pronounce it, the 49ers guy.
Sala. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. He's head coach going over to Tennessee for 5 years, supposedly. But we all know how long those last.
Yeah. In the case of Las Vegas, 1 out of 5. And then who else do we have? We had that guy from Green Bay going to Miami as a head coach. What was his name? I don't even know.
I know that Cowboys had a meeting with the former Arizona head coach today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for defensive coordinator.
I mean, it could be worse. It could be.
Nobody's crazy about that. People were like, please tell me he left without a contract.
All right, so here's the coaching hire so far. New York Giants got John Harbaugh, first name to get hired. Right after that was Kevin Stefanski to the Falcons, which I feel like maybe could turn into kind of a Baker leaving Cleveland situation, where Kevin goes out there, has a lot of success because he wasn't too thrilled with the Deshaun stuff. And so maybe if he can go there and just mold his own team without, management putting their hands in. Miami Dolphins hired Jeff Hafley from Green Bay, which kind of makes sense looking into their new GM, who also came from Green Bay. So it made more sense there. And then Tennessee Titans got Salah pretty much right after the 49ers lost that game. It's like that next day they hired him. David, out of those 4 so far, which one do you think has the most success?
I think it's going to be the Giants. I think he is the kind of veteran coach they need to, because I mean, the New York Giants are basically a big puddle of Play-Doh right now. You could take it in literally any direction. Same reasoning why my second choice would probably be over at the Falcons. Like you said, there's a real opportunity to really shape things in however you want. But I feel like the Giants are also full of a lot of rookies, a lot of newer guys, as opposed to Falcons got a couple of those more veteran players. Still a lot of talent there, though, of course. So they can do it as well. But I do really think he's going to turn the Giants around from what they've been, because basically ever since Manning, they have been a trash franchise. I mean, they have been in the pits for quite a while now. And I think he's the kind of coach that's going to come in, totally rewrite things, and inject a whole new life into that franchise. I don't want it to, of course. Like I said, I wish the Giants would be awful forever. But with the guys that they got, especially if they're all healthy, I think he's going to do a lot of damage with them. It may not be this next year. It may not be a right off the bat fantastic, but I think they're going to take a significant step from this last year to show they're going in the right direction. And within the next 5 years, it would not surprise me to see them at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I agree with you there, David. I think the Giants right now, they're making the Jets look good. And that's saying something coming from a New York team. I mean, they just hit that struggle bus. But I think Harbaugh coming in there will bring in a lot of new energy. I mean, I think just the name Harbaugh, people are fascinated by it. Look at what his brother's done with the Chargers. They were a last place team and immediately contenders now. And I think the Chargers would have been a lot better in the playoffs had they not been so depleted on their offensive line.
Absolutely. Injuries really got to them.
Yeah, but no, I agree with you there on that.
Plus, Jackson Dart is fantastic. Mm-hmm. He's going to be a hell of a quarterback if he has the right coaching staff to get him there. We all love Scattaboo.
Concussions.
Yeah, well, same thing with Scattaboo. If he doesn't fucking kill himself on the field, he's great. And Neighbors, he's just itching to get out there and be that wide receiver 1 like he's supposed to be. Like, I think they've got a great crew. Their defense is already, looking okay. Offensive line wasn't awful. So once everybody's healthy and they're really going for it, and like Matt said, just the name alone of Harbaugh, it's gonna, I see a big elevation coming there. I think NFC East is going back toward its NFC Beast days, where every team in that division is just going to be difficult to get through.
Well, I know we just talked about McDaniel not going to the Browns. I wish we had Grayson on the screen. I meant Grayson.
I didn't even know Grayson was here. Yeah, Grayson, what is your take on him declining the Browns job, like not even going to interview to take an OC job instead?
I mean, good on him. He knows where he's not gonna he knows where it's not toxic enough for him. So I mean, Cleveland's just my thoughts are good luck to him. I hope he has everything he wants because he definitely is dodging a bullet going to Cleveland.
Like, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't really remember many coaches in the past, few years that I've heard them be like, nah, I don't want that interview. It doesn't happen very often.
Not very frequently, but I mean, I get it. It's Cleveland. It's just, I mean, with everything that's happened with the last several coaches, I mean, I can't fault the guy,
I like to imagine he's like, I know I don't want this fucking job, and I really don't want to go hang out in Ohio in January. I'm just gonna say no.
Nah, I'm good.
He was like, will you guys come out here? Will you meet me in Miami?
But I'm no hard feelings either way. I mean, I don't think he was going to be a good fit in Cleveland regardless. And just with how deeply, how jacked up this entire franchise is, he's doing himself a favor. So totally understandable.
I'm going to call it now, guys. Brian Flores to take over the Browns.
That would be interesting.
God, I hope not.
It'd be so funny.
The goosebumps are just already rising at the mention of that.
Do you have anybody you would want, Grayson? Like, do you have a favorite, or is it just kind of it is what it is?
At this point, I've literally I've checked out with this franchise so hard where I'm like, whatever garbage they can pick up, I'm not surprised. Like, they had the opportunity to do good things, but just like the Browns do, they always squander it. So, hey, whatever ends up happening, it is what it is.
Yeah, I think what surprised me the most about him not going is, I get it that you don't really want to go there, and that's fine. But I feel like they usually use that as leverage to get more money at the place they actually want to go.
I 100% agree, but that just goes to show, same thing, that the Browns are just not it for anybody, and they're so bad where you don't even want to use them as a bargaining chip. That's bad, dude.
Yeah, that's bad if you're even like, nah, we don't. I don't need the extra money. I just don't want to go.
It's like, do I want to go all the way to Cleveland?
No. Well, speaking of NFL, we had the divisional round, which for the most part, this is the games upcoming, but for the most part was pretty good. A wild ride of emotions. You can see no quarterback showcase for the Broncos there because their starting quarterback, Bo Nix, broke his ankle on the second to last offensive play in overtime where they won. Also, Matt, I see your name, interception or catch. We had two plays, looked exactly the same, ruled differently. What are your thoughts with that play? Those plays, I should say.
Dude, and it's such a hard thing because with at least the Denver catch, we never really had a clear angle of Cooks coming down to the ground because the other body was on top of him. So whether they were like, well, the ball was loose, he didn't have full control of it. I'm still trying to figure the NFL out. If the player is down, his knee is down, the ball clearly in one picture is in his hands when his knee is down. How is that not a down? I mean, maintaining possession or not, doesn't the tie go to the receiver sometimes too? And then, obviously, then we got the same exact play pretty much that happened in the game on Sunday, and it was completely the other way. It's like, oh, no, that's down by contact. So it's some of those screwy plays where it's like, man, and of course, all the Buffalo fans are riding on this one play, but again, it just goes to show the refs, although it may not be scripted, I think there is some biasness there. They were doing a good job at letting the players play for a little bit, and then once that late fourth quarter overtime hit, everything was a flag. There was a flag on almost every play. It's like, what the heck are we doing? Except the one holding call in the end zone where it technically should have ended the game with the Broncos guy getting held in the end zone by the Bills player. So I don't know, man. Like I said, it's a whirlwind of emotions with the refs in these games.
Yeah, I think it's very much that's one of those it's up to the refs thing. Like it's their judgment call, and unfortunately they took two totally different directions on it on two games that were right next to each other.
Mm-hmm.
But I would have felt better even if they went to a review and gave an explanation. There was a pause there for a little bit, but then they played it with like no, like even the NFL analyst that they brought on was not 100% sure. He's like, "Oh, that looks like they must have went ahead and called it or interception." So I mean, if they would have just taken a little bit more time and looked at it, that just shows me too that can the coaches not having these coaches challenges really trust the call the refs make.
Scott, what are your thoughts with the catching, debacles that are going on, as well as the divisional round as a whole?
Yeah, I was thinking exactly the same thing, especially with the catch with the Buffalo game. As far as I knew, that when you land on your back, then you are officially down. Um, and why that's not actually down, it looks pretty well down to me. Um, yeah, so why there's two different ways of looking at nearly the same types of play. In fact, going back to the game last night with Miami and Indiana, in the first half, the Miami defender literally hits Fernando Mendoza right in the chin with the crown of his helmet. That's pretty well, that is the definition of targeting, and it was not called. Um, it, you know, it's in the rules that this is what's supposed to be called targeting, and especially even last night, it wasn't there. I've seen a whole lot worse tackles that were called targeting. Uh, so either you know what the rules are and you go to replay and you look at it closely and you make an actual decision. But to sit there and go with two or three different decisions on a very similar types of plays, that makes no sense. Where is and isn't the headquarters supposed to be in one location? Well, why can't the head people in the headquarters make the same type of decisions on two or three specific plays? Makes no sense.
Right. Well, I brought Bob on because big news from Denver, obviously, besides them going to the conference championship, is now Jared Stidham is starting instead of Bo Nix. Bob, how are you feeling with this one?
What happened? It happened. It's just a freak injury. Stidham's ready. He's ready to go. Other backup quarterbacks have won the Super Bowl too.
Bob, who wins this game? New England or Denver?
We are. Not much. I think it's going to be close. It's going to be probably 20-17.
Oh,
so you think it's a field goal difference?
Yeah.
And then the Patriots are going to win?
No, we are.
Yeah, you're a Patriots fan, right?
No. I said we were going to win. Was it that? I was pretty close to the other one night. Was it 37-30? I said the other game, I was only like, 4 points off or something?
Yeah, you were close.
I was right there.
Bob, did you watch the national championship last night?
Yeah.
Did you clap when they showed Donald Trump?
Yeah. DT.
They were excited to see him.
Yep.
Demaryius Thomas. What?
Yep.
All right. Well, shall we get into the games and talk about them? We got two left.
No. Where's Grayson? I need to see Grayson on my screen.
He dropped off. I don't know. He's not in back.
You dropped. Oh my God. Where's Nick? Nick, call Grayson.
You want me to call Grayson? I don't think I have his number, but
you can just do it verbally. That's fine by me.
He just yells his name.
And then Grayson just walks in on screen on Nick's.
Nick's like, I'm actually up in Aspen. We're like, what?
No, they actually live together in Minnesota.
Are you calling him live on air?
Yeah, of course I am.
As
course I am.
opposed to
I'm
dead off
calling.
air. Ask him where the fuck he went.
Well, he came on, talked about the Browns, and then he was good. Well, as far as the other games, David, anything that
He's
stood
not
out to you?
answering. He's not answering me. It's fine.
Wow. It's okay, Nick. It's not you.
It's
It might
100%.
be Stroud, though.
It's 100% me. It always is.
Nick, your name's not CJ Stroud. David, what are
Yo.
your thoughts with CJ Stroud and his, 5 interceptions, a fumble?
I can't personally fathom why you would not have taken him out after half and thrown in Mills, because he's already shown that he was a very good quarterback during the season and kind of turned the season around for them. I do get like, hey, that's our star quarterback. We're going to give him a chance. So I could have understood letting CJ go out for their first possession. And if he didn't make a touchdown, pull him.
Yeah.
So I think he should have been pulled, even if it was just sat for a couple of possessions just to see, and then maybe go back to him, because this isn't baseball. You can go back. You can change things around. There's nothing wrong with that. I think it was stupid. I get that the coach was trying to show faith in him, and that's great. But if it's not a good day for him and he's not getting it done in the playoffs, is not the time that you try to coddle somebody. You know, there's no excuse for how he was playing, and his ass should have been benched, and it wasn't. And they lost.
Yeah, no, that defense played their hearts out, and unfortunately,
I was surprised the defense didn't beat the shit out of him after that game, because they almost won the game for him, and it was just him literally throwing it away.
Yeah, every time they were like, "All right, we're back in it." Oh, we threw another interception. We're back on.
Now, I will give him. I've seen a couple of them, a few times. There was a case where one or two of them you could say it was on the receiver, as opposed to him. Sure, I get that. That's still 3 that are on you. And I get the offensive line wasn't fantastic, but he was not in it. His head was not in the game. He was not making smart football choices for basically the entire time. So I don't think they deserve to win.
Yeah.
But I do think that the Patriots have had probably the most cupcake path to the Super Bowl that any team has had in a very long time.
Yeah.
With their season combined with these games.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wish I had Bob's optimism, because even though I don't like Denver, I really don't like the Patriots. But I'm telling you now, there's no way they're going to lose to Denver. And I don't even know who the hell this guy is. You put him on screen, if he wasn't wearing that uniform, I could not have told you who that was. Yeah, no. I could pass that guy on the street. No clue. They're not going to win. I'm sorry. They had enough of a fight going when they had Bo Nix. With this guy, it's not going to happen. I'm sorry. There's just no way. It's unfortunately going to be the Patriots in the Super Bowl. And luckily the Seahawks are going to shut them down.
Matt, you know Joe Hendry, right?
Yeah. Oh, you just said his name, though. Careful.
What if we try that but with Grayson? Do you think he'll appear?
Yes.
All
Say
right,
his name and he will appear.
You believe in who?
Grayson. Yay!
I feel like that's not nearly as impressive when Keegan pushes a button to make it happen.
I haven't seen him push a button.
Also, whoever's been commenting, we have to acknowledge something about Bob in a wheelchair, and then something about Bob and Donald Trump. Can anybody read those? What's going on?
I think they're just commenting on his camera, because there was another person saying he needed to adjust his camera.
And somebody else saying you could just see his haircut, and yeah.
What
was the recent one, though, about Donald Trump?
Oh, well, he referred to Donald Trump as DT, but Bronco fans are mad about that. They said that's Demaryius Thomas. Don't put Trump's mouth in your words when you're talking about Demaryius. Bronco fans are showing some love right now.
Well, Bronco fans have turned, which they're known to do in Denver.
Oh yeah.
So Bob might have to choose between Donald Trump or the Denver Broncos.
Or Demaryius Thomas. I mean, I don't know.
Where will his heart lie?
Hey, right after the game, David, the Bronco fans had already turned on Bo Nix. They already said Jarrett Stidham better quarterback all over the news.
I mean, I swear to God. I hate Broncos fans, dude. I swear to God, I hate them so much.
I mean, to be fair though, Bo Nix has never been like super special to me. Like, I don't think he's that great, so it would not surprise me if their backup is about the same.
While he is a wildly mediocre quarterback, David, I give you that. But the thing is that even with Peyton Manning, Broncos fans are so easily just like, you know what, he's the worst quarterback. They hate everything because they don't understand football. It's insane, dude.
I've heard they're basically the discount version of Philadelphia Eagles fans.
You heard correctly.
Hey, David, the Eagles might become the discount Denver Bronco fans in the future.
No, people actually care about the Eagles. Philadelphia is a town worth remembering in a state that we love. Nobody gives a shit about Colorado or Denver.
Wait. Let's bring on Bobby.
Yeah.
You think Jarrett Stidham is a better quarterback?
He's got an arm though. I think he's ready. He's got an arm.
He's got two of them actually.
You didn't even let Keegan finish the question. He was about to ask, do you think Stidham's a better quarterback than Russell Wilson?
They're better. Yeah, he is.
All right, Bob, here's a question. You ready?
Yep.
Denver Broncos win this game, can go to the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl.
Yep.
But if you say yes, Donald Trump has a massive heart attack tonight and possibly dies. Do you still say yes?
No, but we will.
There you go. There, see, he loves his country more than his football team. Good for you, Bob. Knicks sucks.
What the hell? Who is it?
That's what Marty McFly just said. And he travels through time, so he would know.
From 1955, right? The Broncos, I still think their defense can carry them, and the Patriots have been making a lot of mistakes. And I think the only reason they escaped last round was CJ Stroud.
Drake May has more turnovers than he has touchdowns.
Yeah, and they
like legitimately in his season, he threw more interceptions than he threw touchdowns. So they're not. I mean, they're good. He's got some talent, but I don't think it's their year.
Yeah, I definitely.
I do think they get past this round though, because without their quarterback, I don't think Denver stands a chance.
I don't know, because Denver has just as good of a defense as Houston, and as long as they don't turn it over 5 times,
they're nowhere near as wholesome.
Maybe not as wholesome, but statistically, they are right neck and neck.
Keegan, I'm sorry. Do you want there to be a Denver Seahawks Super Bowl for you to have to put up with for at least 2 weeks?
No, I really don't. But
don't speak it into the world.
Well, see, here's the thing, David, is that Keegan is a subconscious sadist. He likes the pain, even though he doesn't want to admit to it. So
I heard that
deep down
not even in the subconscious. I heard that he's secretly a massive Denver fan.
He holds it just in a little hidden room in his heart. He's like, that's my Denver shrine right there. Bo Nix, number 1. Whee!
He has a locket with some of Bo Nix's hair.
He has a little vial with Bo Nix's blood in there too.
He has a Spinosaurus toy that he ripped the head off of and put Bo Nix head from an action figure. It's his Nixosaurus, and he sleeps with it every night.
He combs the hair like a Barbie doll, like, ooh, yes, the Boasaurus.
Yep, that is what Nick does. Did you just take Nick off right before he said it? Keegan, I am going to leave in protest if you don't bring Nick back right now.
He was yawning. I thought he was still yawning.
I was about to say something.
He was literally mid-word, and you just said, fuck you.
I was just going to say, when I worked with Keegan, like, I one time saw him, like, with a Bo Nix, like, a Broncos memorabilia in his cubicle, and he looked at me, he's like, don't tell anyone. I'm like, I was scared.
Remember when Nix was getting drafted? Keegan literally bought a jersey just to like, oh, it's
Yeah.
for the bit. It's make fun of Bob. Oh no, he sleeps in it every night with his Nixosaurus.
I think Marty might be a Bills fan. I think that's what we're finding out here.
I mean, saying you're a Bills fan is nowhere near as embarrassing as saying you're a Denver Broncos fan.
I'm not going to point out my pet peeve with that statement, with that comment, but it should have.
Who got the grammar knots in here, jeez?
We all learned grammar in like high school, and it's one of my biggest pet peeves that people don't use proper grammar.
Plus, Grayson, Nick was instrumental in getting rid of all the Nazis in America. He went to No Kings.
Well, I was going to say, do you think the okay, we're getting off topic. Let's get back to the game.
Thank you for your service.
I was going to say something about the maybe the reader read some Kagoshima and lost some grammar just from reading that.
I wanted to tell you, I read your review, by the way, Keegan.
Did you like it?
You did put 0.5 for the wolf at the end. Yes.
It's on Goodreads and maybe at Amazon at some point.
He starts out his review saying, I have never given a book a 0 rating before, and quite nearly did for this one.
Hey, it's the truth.
No, I think it's going to be a New England Seahawks Super Bowl because the Rams looked very beatable in their last game.
100%.
They did not play well.
They almost got beat by Chicago. And
Yeah.
Chicago is not known for having good seasons.
Yeah, either one of those teams, whoever would have got out of that, was going to get smacked down by the Seahawks. I'm sorry. They are just, it is their year. It is the year of our Lord Darnold. He is maybe not our Lord, but our overlord. There we go.
So wait, is that what
Darnold.
80 stands for? Anno Darnoldy?
It must be, because he's coming for all of us. He's going to be the new champion, and we're all going to like it.
I mean, dude, I don't even know what to call what happened in San Francisco on Saturday, but other than just a murder, it was legitimately like
it was embarrassing.
Travis,
it was bad, dude. I don't know what was worse, the amount of just how bad they got beat, or the amount of 49ers fans that were talking so much smack, dude. It is so stinking funny. TikToks, Instagrams, everything, just everywhere was a bunch of just 49ers fans just getting roasted in the comments for just talking smack, dude.
Yeah,
it was
dude,
so funny.
They walked in there and just bent him over because it was awful.
They didn't even buy him a drink.
No, they went in. They said, "Bite the pillow. I'm going in raw."
My uncle Mike commented when I posted about the Seahawks, moving on. He said it was close up until the kickoff.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, once that kickoff happened, I was like, all right, I feel pretty good about the game. And then the 49ers went for whatever reason on fourth and turned it over. And I was like, okay. And then the Seahawks defense looked really good. I think the only bummer is Charbonnet coming out injured after that game. But luckily,
if you had to lose somebody, though, that's the one to lose. I'm sorry. Like, he's great, but he's replaceable. Just, it's okay.
Well,
It'll be fine.
Still have Kenneth Walker, so
yeah, exactly. He's not even the top, so you're gonna be fine.
Yeah, and I think as far as the Rams, this is kind of where I wanted the Bears obviously to make it here, but it feels oddly like the Super Bowl year with the Seahawks and Broncos, just because Broncos played the Patriots and the Seahawks played the 49ers, who came from the wild card, who they split the season with, just like the Rams did this time. And so, I don't know. They barely beat Carolina. They should have lost to Chicago had they gone for the 3 field goals instead of, never going for it on the...
Yeah, but Chicago sucks too. I mean, like Nick was saying, they're just not good. Not only that, Caleb Williams paints his nails, dude.
Their defense is not as good as Seattle's, and they looked good last week.
Who, Chicago?
Yeah, they looked much better than they have all year, because all year they've looked like the weakness.
Then they wasted their one good game.
They did, by not going for field goals. I don't think they could have beat Seattle. It looks like Bob has entered the chat. I didn't know he left. But he's here, just so you guys know.
I didn't know he ever left.
Neither did I.
About some irony for the 49er fans. How about no matter who's coming out of the NFC, they're winning the championship, aka Seattle. They're going to do it in San Francisco or on San Francisco 49er territory. One of the teams in our own division is winning the championship, the whole thing on their field.
I'll definitely agree with that, because even if the Rams somehow pull it off and beat the Seahawks, neither one of these AFC teams are a match for the NFC teams at all. They will crush either one of them.
Yeah, I think NFC wins it this year. Be it the Rams.
I hate to say it, the only team that came from the AFC this season that I think had a chance to win and they're already out would have been the Bills.
I think the Bills or the Jaguars. I think they were the two teams I had something.
Maybe the Jaguar. It's always such a coin flip every single game with them, though. You know what I mean? If there was one that I was going to feel a little confident in, it would have been the Bills.
Yeah, but remember, they were playing for the pools, which I guess they did good enough because they're in the renders again. So good on that.
Yeah, they've already got the pools. They don't care. They're fine. They did win. Okay, Keegan, they won.
The pools are back in town. Well, why don't we kick it off? Scott, Patriots, Broncos, who are you taking and why?
I'm going to go with the Patriots because really with the quarterback change with the Broncos, you know, you have to work really well with your offensive line, and especially with the calls. And if it's kind of loud or it's really windy and it's hard to get the words out, and at least loud enough that it can spread across the field. And if it's your first time kind of doing it, no matter how much Stidham has played in the past, I know he has, there's still you still have to work on getting everything lined up really well with your offensive linemen. And of course, May has that with the Patriots. So for that reason, I'm actually going to go with the Patriots. If Nix hadn't fractured his ankle, and it's a shame that he did. If he hadn't fractured his ankle, then I probably would have gone with the Broncos. But in this case, I'm going to go with the Patriots just for the camaraderie that he has with his offensive line.
David, what about you?
I think that we just talked about this for like 20 minutes, so I'll keep it short. I agree with everything Scott just said, the stuff we've already been talking about. And ultimately, Denver is not one of those teams that it's a fantastic team and the quarterback is kind of a plug-and-play situation. Nix is a decent chunk of the offense when it comes to that team. So without him and with a guy that's pretty green, at least for this season, I just don't see it happening. The Patriots, unfortunately, are going to get back in the Super Bowl, and I don't think it's going to be close.
Matt?
I'm pretty much in that same boat with everyone else. Give me New England. I think Denver struggles in this game. A lot of their weaknesses are getting pointed out now or found. And without Nix now, not that he's the driving force. It's not like he's a stellar quarterback like a Peyton Manning or a John Elway or a Tom Brady or anyone else like that. The Broncos can still play a really good defensive game, but that would be their only chance at winning, but I don't see it happening. There's just too much talent on this New England team that did pretty darn well in the weather predicaments they were in this week, and right now it looks like it's going to be clear weather in Denver.
Grayson?
In all honesty, we're just picking AFC teams, or we're picking
AFC.
AFC, yeah, okay. In all honesty, I do think it's going to be the Patriots, but just because I'm feeling wild, I want to pick the Broncos. I don't know what it is. I got a wild hair. I'm 99% sure the Patriots are going to pull it out, but hey, there's the 1% chance where it could be something different. So I'm going to take the Broncos just to be a little different.
Nick?
Yeah, I think Patriots might pull this off, but yeah, like we said, Nix is a good chunk of the Broncos offense. The receivers Mims and Sutton don't always catch balls, even though they will land right in their hands sometimes. So, I think, yeah, I don't know if the Broncos are going to pull it off, but I'm going to root for them.
Rendon, what about you? And do you have any thoughts, being that your team won with a backup quarterback against New England?
I was
Totally
just about
different
to say,
situation.
I actually think Denver might win this because the Patriots have a losing record against backup quarterbacks. It's not just Nick Foles. They've actually, if they're anything like the Patriots of the past, they don't do well against backups. So I think Denver.
Let's bring in Mr. Denver himself. Bobby, who you taking and
Oh,
why?
we're going to win. I believe in Stidham. I think we will win this game, but it's going to be close.
Are you going to buy a jersey if he wins?
Do well in Denver. They don't.
Bobby, if they go to the Super Bowl, which player's jersey are you getting with the Super Bowl patch on it?
Nick's probably, because Nick's will have a patch on his jersey.
But he doesn't play in it.
Still.
So you want a jersey of a player with a patch from a game he wasn't in?
Maybe Sutton.
I mean, you might as well get a custom one with your name on it with a patch for that.
I could probably, if they can do it.
Because you're going to take as many snaps as Bo Nix.
Can they do that at a sports shop or?
Yes.
Yeah, go to fans. Fans can do it, Bobby.
Okay.
Or do it online.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I've been thinking about this one for a while. Because before the next injury, I should say, I felt like Denver would win. And just looking at New England being who they played, how they've played in the playoffs, how they barely got through the Texans, I will pick Denver to win. Barely. I think it'll be a low-scoring game, but Denver comes out on top. And if they lose, I will read Passage to Tokyo. If the Patriots go to the Super Bowl.
How about you
Here first, ladies and gentlemen.
shave your head next Tuesday on the live?
Passage to Tokyo might be worse, I would say.
Yeah, at least his hair will grow back. He can't unread that book.
And considering what it's been rated. So that brings us, Scott, who will be representing the NFC?
Oh, gosh. Seahawks have been playing so well, both offensively and defensively. Yeah, I'm kind of agreeing with David in that I don't think there's any stopping the Seahawks, no matter who they're playing. So it's going to be the Seahawks this week, and then it'll be the Seahawks 2 weeks later, and it will be the Seahawks bringing home the trophy at the end of the year.
David?
Yeah, no, Scott said exactly how I feel. I think it's the Seahawks year. I think they are absolutely going to get it done. I do think if any of these teams were going to beat the Seahawks, the Rams have the best chance. So it'll probably be a decent game. But I think the Seahawks, it is their year. So they're going to do it. But if for some reason, if something happens and the Rams squeak through, they will also decimate the Patriots in 2 weeks. So either one I think is going to happen. But my money would definitely be on the Seahawks. And part of that is because the universe likes to kind of kick Nick when he's down. So what better than the outcast from the Vikings going on to win the Super Bowl, just to kind of stick it in there a little bit, you know?
I would be so mad. I'd be so mad. I'd be like, oh my God.
What I'm hoping is that they win and Sam Darnold, as soon as he's handed the Lombardi, like lifts it up and then melts it with his laser beams. Just straight out of his eyes.
I would be so mad.
And everybody just has to sit with that and has to process, what did we just see?
He's going to hoist the trophy and be like, Minnesota, you could have had this.
I would be so mad.
He's gonna hoist it. He's gonna say, Minnesota, this could have been yours. And you know what? Nick, you're never going home.
Nick, you're never going home.
UNC was just a dream.
And then he'll all of a sudden have a live camera on me just crying. And I'm like, what?
He gets yeah. Oh, okay. I just bought UNC and am demolishing it.
Oh, that's not even funny.
Tearing it down to the ground.
And then he's salting the earth so nothing can ever grow there.
Matt, who are you taking?
Unfortunately, I'm right there with everyone else. Seattle is just looking unstoppable. They are a force to reckon with. We all know from being Minnesota fans what Sam Darnold can do, and so far he's proven me wrong. Like I said in the first week, I'm like, Sam Darnold's going to go in the first game and choke. He hasn't done it. He looks great, and I'm cheering him on. Like I said, all good guys come out of Minnesota, so I hope the Seattle gets it done.
Grayson.
Matt can go again if he wants to, but
he does a totally different opinion this time.
Here's the thing about a killer. They don't stop at one. I don't think the Rams got a shot. I think they might be able to put up at least a semi-decent fight, but like everybody said, I think Seattle's going, all the way. I think this is their year. I think this is going to be their chance to bring home a Super Bowl trophy.
Nick?
I think Sam Darnold's going to melt down UNC and make sure that I can't go home.
After he destroys it all, he sends you the deed to the field where it used to be.
Just a picture of him peeing on the ashes.
He'll send you the deed and then a picture of him peeing on the ashes.
He sends you a picture. It's a banner that says "Welcome home, Nick." It's in the dirt, and he's just peeing on it. That's what he sends you.
Yep. It's just gonna be me sad and alone home. I'm like,
David, just one step above that, just banner, welcome home, wrapped with dirt, and a picture of him peeing on the ashes that he then sent to Nick.
No, just a little box of ashes. Just
if it
rings the doorbell, waves at the Zoom camera or the camera, walks away.
Just an extra little salt in the wound. He'll be peeing on just my name.
And then the picture behind it is him kissing your mom.
On that note,
That's stacked up pretty quick, boys.
Brendan, who are you taking from the NFC?
I'm going to choose Seattle, and I think it's in line for. It's either going to be Seattle or the Rams. One of them are going to win this championship, because if you look at it, the last 3 times in NFC West, it's been an NFC West rivalry for the NFC Championship. The winner of that game has gone on to win the Super Bowl. I think it was 89 49ers. The Seahawks did it, and then the Rams did it most recently. So I think the Seahawks will do it. Seahawks will win, and I'm kind of hoping, since I'm having a rematch of the Seahawks and Broncos, I know you guys are all, Sam Darnold in Minnesota. I'm actually kind of hoping Drew Lock gets in the game and beats the Broncos in the Super Bowl, because I think it would be funny since they drafted him and then traded him for Russell Wilson.
Yeah, because that was always a good choice.
Let's go to Mr. Bronco himself. Bobby, who are you taking to face your Broncos?
Rams, 27-20 over Seattle.
And then who's going to win the Super Bowl, Bob?
We are.
So Denver's winning the Super Bowl. You're saying that now?
Yep.
And if you're wrong, what are you going to do?
He has to read the Japan book.
I'll just be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If we don't go, we've had a good season.
What about a Joe Biden hat?
No, screw that.
How about if
my
you're
dad's
wrong,
dead grave, I won't do that.
if you're wrong, you have to come on to Sports Chat and read us the entire first chapter of Kamala Harris's new book?
No.
Oh God, no.
She's an asshole.
No, I don't know if I would tune in for that one.
Well, we'll end that conversation.
I think Bob's punishment should just be him reading a book.
All right, Nick.
Can we send him a No King shirt that he has to, like a jersey?
Anyway, so
did you take Nick out? He's
great
coping. He's going to lose his home, and you took him off the chat.
Yeah, he was
Mr.
banned.
Cool was not cool.
24/7 been banned. No, I'll take Seattle. I feel nervous about this one, just kind of like I did with the San Francisco one. I thought San Francisco was going to come in and beat Seattle because I thought, like a lot of people, that somehow the offense would choke with Darnold, and I did not expect what we saw this past weekend. So I'll take Seattle to go to the Super Bowl. So that's our picks, I guess. You guys can let us know where we got it right.
And Seattle wins the Super Bowl, correct?
I will talk about that if they get past this matchup.
No, we all said it. What are you saying? Does Seattle win the Super Bowl or not? Tell us now.
Whoever wins the NFC Championship wins the Super Bowl.
So Seattle, because you picked Seattle.
Sure.
I need to hear you say Seattle's going to win the Super Bowl.
No,
Do you know that the last 3 times we've gotten a new pope, Seattle has made the Super Bowl?
Yes. And Keegan
And we
said,
just got a new pope.
but because he's from Chicago, he'll be going for them. Nope. The Pope said, fuck Chicago. I got to ride with the birds.
Is that why the holy water didn't work in the Steelers game?
Yeah, they tried. Well, see, they tried to cut corners. Instead of having the priest come out, they just put it in the sprinkler system. And because it snowed, the sprinkler system didn't activate. So that's what you get for being cheap. And that's why the coach left. That's why Tomlin was gone. He's like, you don't even want to pay the priest? I'm out. But Keegan, I need to hear you say Seattle is going to win the Super Bowl.
No, I've learned my lesson from the Patriots Super Bowl.
Keegan, I need you to have faith.
People still comment on that short that I made back in that day.
Keegan, have faith. Say it now. This is a safe space. We're all here to have you say Seattle Seahawks are going to win the Super Bowl.
David, I'm already in a dangerous space. If the Broncos don't win, I have to pick up Passage to
Okay, hold on. You know what? I'll make it easier for you. You just have to say Sam Darnold will win a Super Bowl in his career. That's close enough for tonight. Will you say that?
Yeah, I think Sam Darnold can win a Super Bowl in his career.
No, I said will win a Super Bowl, not can.
I think Sam Darnold will hoist the Lombardi at some point over the ashes of UNC.
Okay, no, that's fair. I agree. And that time will be in a few weeks.
And then hopefully at the same time, he will have gotten rid of all the copies of Passage to Tokyo, so I don't have to read it. So
he better hurry.
But yeah, there's our picks for the big weekend, and then I'm not sure if we'll be on next week for a live stream. Maybe we can pick like a movie about football and come on and just talk about it, because no one wants to talk about the Pro Bowl. It's so bad anymore. Like I don't know if you guys want to. I don't really feel like.
Well, I mean, we could pull a Chris Berman, do some drinks, get a little too, deep in the sauce, and talk about how boring this Pro Bowl is. I mean, it's an option.
We could.
Hey, I would vote that, was it Invincible movie? The one with Mark Wahlberg? That actually was one of the better football movies more recently that I liked, or I at least enjoyed it.
I think I don't like the ending, though. The big ending is he ran it back. He got a touchdown. Fuck that. I need somebody winning a game that matters. I don't need just hey, old man, you can still
But that
run.
was his story, wasn't it? Then he only played a few games.
But not every true story needs to be a movie.
Yeah, look at Rudy.
Does this mean we're gonna have to get a movie someday about Phillip Rivers coming back and doing shitty for like 2 or 3 games?
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what? I think
you put that into the world, that's gonna happen now.
I think probably one of the best football movies out there is The Replacements.
replacements is a good one too.
David, what if the Broncos make it? What if the Broncos make it, but Stidham got hurt, and they had to bring in Phillip Rivers as their quarterback?
Well, the one that they brought in from the Cowboys is fucking DiNucci. Ben DiNucci.
He was just playing flag football last week. Somebody was saying like they were showing him on a YouTube short or something. Like he went undercover and was like throwing footballs to middle-aged guys drinking beer and stuff.
Did Bob go get that done in like the 20 minutes since we told him he could do that?
Yeah, he ordered that like 2 years ago. I helped him order that one.
Who's Katanebub?
Captain Bob.
So Nick, do you want a jersey just like that? I can get you one.
Nope. I like how Keegan goes and picks Seattle like Sam Darnold's gonna hoist a trophy over UNC's ashes. Well, I'm not even in stream right now. You had to do that, didn't you?
Okay, hold on. Let me take
Keegan.
Guys, I think we need to talk about how Keegan abuses his power.
I mean, quite literally.
Well, I think it's been a fun chat. I didn't think it would go over an hour, being that we only had 3 games to talk about.
Also, why would we not be doing this next week? Because the other games, the ones we just picked, are this Sunday.
Yeah, it would be more like we wouldn't do it the week after that because that's before the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's not what he said, though, Keegan.
I know. He doesn't know how to use words.
He's a Caleb Williams man. Forgive him.
That's true.
He's
thinking about what nail polish color he's going with next. So
it's all these deep dish pizzas going to his head.
Hey, can we all agree deep dish pizza is like the worst one?
Yes.
No. Grayson, hold on. You don't agree?
I mean, I'll give you. It's just literally a pizza casserole, but hey.
No, you know what?
That's why it's the worst one. I'm not saying it's not delicious, but I'm saying it's the worst one because it's a pizza casserole.
I'm gonna say now. Pizza. I actually think the worst style of pizza that I've personally had is
Detroit.
I want to say it's St. Louis style. Is what
did you say? Detroit, Nick?
You take that back, Nick.
Yeah, get out of here.
Pizza like Jets pizza.
I was guessing where he was going. Okay, I'm not saying anything against Detroit style pizza. I was
the way you just kind of leapt into that, Nick. It felt like that's your own personal opinion,
right? Screw that.
Pizza, man. All right, quick question. Nobody look it up. I just want to know if anybody knows this off the top of their heads. What famous pizza chain comes from Detroit? Like it's headquartered there. Anybody know?
Little Caesars.
Little Caesars.
Well, didn't Jets also come? I guess they're not world famous.
Jets is a Detroit style pizza, but Little Caesars also is the name of the arena out there for the Red Wings, I believe.
It is. They sponsor it.
That's why it just right away popped in my head. I'm like, oh, that's Little Caesars because they throw their name everywhere around Detroit.
Because it's
cheap.
Hut,
why not?
Kansas?
Yeah.
Pizza Hut started in Kansas. It started on the campus. You can go check out my episode of Abnormal Voyages where we go to the actual first location that's turned into a little museum.
When did we do this?
I did this about 4 years ago.
Well, okay, 4 years. I was like, where was the invite? I would have went.
It's actually really cool. And when you go, we had to call somebody from the school to send somebody out to open it to let us in. And it was just us in there. Yeah, they don't keep it permanently staffed. And anybody that goes to that school that's getting a degree in museum curation and stuff like that, one of their projects for a semester is curator of that museum and setting up visitations and everything and having somebody able to go and let people in when they want to see it and stuff. But it's on campus and it's the actual where the very first Pizza Hut was before they moved to an actual building and things. They bought that little building used to be and they moved it to there. And it's full of memorabilia from Pizza Hut throughout the ages, a bunch of the old commercials and stuff. It's pretty neat.
Maybe we'll go on a pizza tour and go try all these famous pizza.
And it's free. So if you're why not?
It's what I love about the museums on college campuses is they're free and they're actually usually not too bad. Most of them.
The only difficult things about college campus ones is usually you have to go in the middle of the week during the day. because they usually don't have like nighttime hours and stuff. So it's definitely or weekend hours. So you just got to kind of fit your schedule to something that you can get in there. And then of course during summer, a lot of them aren't open. It's got to be during school year.
Yeah, I know when me and Matt go up to Wyoming, we stop at the Geological Museum up there. And if you don't go pre-game, it's closed. Even if you go eat and then go there, it's closed because I think it closes at like noon or 1 on Saturdays. So
yeah, we went to it's an episode that's not even out. We went a couple years ago though. It's the National Wrestling Museum is on a college campus, and we went right before a game when they were playing against the Longhorns. So we went for the game, but we went a couple hours early. God, let me check. I don't remember what state. Oklahoma. It's up in Stillwater. It's the National Wrestling Hall of Fame and Museum, and it's actually really well done. But it's like right there on campus. We literally parked, went to that, and then went back to the car to like drop off the camera and walk over to the game. It's like super close to the stadium. It's really
now,
cool.
is this like traditional wrestling or entertainment wrestling?
It's actual wrestling, like collegiate to professional actual wrestling, not WWE. It's like wrestling, like Olympics wrestling.
But would Brock Lesnar be in it since he did both?
I think he is. They actually do have quite, because they're Hall of Fame. They have a lot of people that have gone on to like WWE and stuff like that, but started as regular. I mean, even Abraham Lincoln's in there for his wrestling. Like,
yeah.
It's actually a really cool museum. And again, it's free because it is a college one. So it's really well done. It was a lot bigger than I thought it would be. Like, it's nice. A lot of these places have like cool things like that.
And I was looking up, it looks like Domino's also started in Michigan. Michigan's apparently big for pizza chains.
Interesting.
Speaking of pizza, David, I Googled St. Louis style pizza. It made my eyeballs vomit. That looks horrific.
It was bad. Yeah. I'm going to tell you that it was so bad. We did a film segment of it to like try, like a food segment, trying it out. It's never been aired because it was so bad.
I don't blame you. That dude,
it was just like, it was a waste of money.
The second I saw it, I'm like, that I already feel like I want to vomit.
We went to, it was like the very first location. I think it's called like Enzo's or something. It was something that was like a huge pizza chain there in St. Louis. And they like, I don't know if they invented St. Louis style or if they were just like the main people for it, but that's where we went to their original location and everything, got it, tried it, and was like, this is trash. You could put ketchup on a cracker and sprinkle some like Mexican blend cheese on it, and it would probably be better than what we had.
Dude, I think the pizza I got served at Skate City the other day with my kids was better looking than that. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I'm looking it up right now too.
I mean, I'm sure if that's what you grow up with as like your pizza, it's great. But if you've ever had actual pizza from anywhere, it is not good.
Can we get somebody from St. Louis on that can contest to this?
Yeah, like I'm looking at it now. It's gross looking, and it's squares. They always do it in squares.
Well, the one pizza I don't know if I could do, and Keegan might speak on this because I think he said he's had it, is that like truly deep dish, like 8-inch thick cheese slop pie that you get in Chicago. That one looks like you'd clog your arteries in 3 bites. Doesn't even look like pizza.
I'm not a big fan of that either. Okay, so St. Louis style pizza, the technical, is a regional pizza known for its cracker-thin, yeast-free crust, sweet tomato sauce, and Provel cheese, which is a blend of provolone, Swiss, and cheddar. They cut it into small squares, and it's topped right up to the edge pretty much, with the crust just being a really small, crisp, rigid. Like, it's gross. It's not good.
That sounds disgusting. That's disgusting.
Yeah, we were like, oh, that's cool. We could try it. It's a regional thing to try. There's a reason why it's not world known like other types, because nobody wants it.
If your thought of what really belongs on pizza is Swiss cheese, I think you need to be medically examined. That's disgusting.
Yeah, I'm not a big. I love cheese, but I'm not a Swiss fan really. I don't like the flavor.
Let alone on a pizza. Oh my god.
Well, I think this is the perfect time, Grayson, to tell you our brand new series where we find the best Swiss cheese pizza. We're going to be traveling. No, I'm just kidding. Scott, what are your thoughts on our little pizza conversation now?
I'm okay with a good old Chicago deep dish pizza. but I also kind of like a more thinner crust pizza, especially cut in squares. I don't mind that at all instead of just the triangles of the circles. Um, Worked for a while with Little Caesars when I was in college. Yeah, I'll pass on Little Caesars any day. But give me just about anybody else. That'll be okay.
Now you say
Yeah.
Chicago deep dish. Do you mean like your standard deep dish pizza? Or are you talking like that 6-inch thick pie type?
Yeah, no, not you can get too thick of a pizza, but yeah, a good 6 inch would be a 2 or 3 inch thickness pizza. Yeah, that would be great.
So, ladies, you heard it here. 2 or 3 inches is just as good as 6. Stop your complaining.
Size matters.
Just getting greedy at that point.
Right. More than a mouthful is a waste. Jesus.
I will say, out of Chicago, though, my favorite are the square cut ones that they do. I just like them better. We used to have a really good one here where he was from Chicago. He has since retired, unfortunately, but those are pretty good. I like Detroit style when it comes from an actual like Detroit style place. And New York's not bad. I like New York. I mean, classic just cheese pie, obviously, is just kind of like the classic New York. I have been to, I forget what the name was, but there's a location in New York that's like the first ever like brick oven pizza. It was good, but it was also like $80 for 2 pies. Not worth it at that point. Just get the dollar slices that you can get at the convenience stores and stuff like that. Brandon, what about you? We had some pizza in New York.
I actually personally think New York is the best stuff.
I wholeheartedly agree. New York style pizza is the best.
Especially at 2 a.m. after you've been drinking all day. We had in Bozeman, we had a pizza restaurant from who the owner was from New York, and he brought it to Montana, and yeah, I loved it. It was so good.
I will say, when we were in New York, we stayed at the Marriott right at the Trade Center, Ground Zero down there. And so me and Preston and Brennan, we go down just behind the hotel is like some pizza place. And we actually got free pizza that night because the kids ahead of us were like being rude to the guy. And he's like, all right, get out. And like kicked him out. And he's like, you guys want a free pie? And we're like, yeah. So be kind, guys. You might get a free pizza.
Even in New York, you might get something good if you're nice.
That comes a lot from New York. I mean, they're tough, thick-skinned out there, man. So those kids must have been being like really disrespectful.
I don't remember. I know they were like messing around in there. I think one of my favorite places in New York is a little Mexican joint that's in a loading dock. Like you have to go through the loading dock doors and you find the restaurant inside of it. It was pretty good. And it was only $5 for like a big deep plate of food. So,
Keegan, I think this might be a good time to go off live.
Okay, yeah, we will hit.